puzzle. I'd puzzle in the morning, I'd puzzle in the evening, all over the world. I'd puzzle in the kitchen, I'd puzzle in the garden, I'd puzzle till my stash is gone, and then I get my puzzle from all over the world. I'd puzzle in the evening, all over the world. International Puzzle Day is a day for all puzzlers. It brings us together all over the world. Everyone is welcome, everyone is valued. Community is built between the people who love puzzles all over the world. When I meet a puzzler, I know they are friendly. We puzzle together all over the world. A jigsaw in the morning, a jigsaw in the evening, a jigsaw as a pair, a team, a marathon, a relay, all over the world. So let's work together for better understanding, for friends and friendly rivals all over the world. Be proud of your talents, be happy for each other, and maybe sing a song about the people who love puzzles all over the world. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Piece by piece, edges first, sort it all. Do what you want. It's your puzzle. Make it yours and just enjoy. If I had a puzzle, I'd puzzle in the morning, I'd puzzle in the evening, all over the world. I'd puzzle in the kitchen, I'd puzzle in the garden, I'd puzzle till my stash is gone, and then I get my puzzles from all over the world. Puzzle Day is a day for all puzzlers. It brings us together all over the world. Everyone is welcome, everyone is valued. Community is built between the people who love puzzles all over the world. When I meet a puzzler, I know they are friendly. We puzzle together all over the world. A jigsaw in the morning, a jigsaw in the evening, a jigsaw as a pair, a team, a marathon, a relay, all over the world. Let's work together for better understanding, for friends and friendly rivals all over the world. Be proud of your talents, be happy for each other, and maybe sing a song about the people who love puzzles all over the world. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Piece by piece, edges first, sort it all. Do what you want, it's your puzzle. Make it yours and just enjoy. A puzzle, I'd puzzle in the morning, I'd puzzle in the evening, all over the world. I'd puzzle in the kitchen, I'd puzzle in the garden, I'd puzzle till my stash is gone, and then I get my puzzles, ooh, from all over the world. Puzzle Day is a day for all puzzlers. It brings us together all over the world. Everyone is welcome, everyone is valued. Community is built between the people who love puzzles all over the world. When I meet a puzzler, I know they are friendly. We puzzle together all over the world. A jigsaw in the morning, a jigsaw in the evening, a jigsaw as a para team, a marathon or relay all over the world. Let's work together for better understanding, for friends and friendly rivals all over the world. Be proud of your talents, be happy for each other, and maybe sing a song about the people who love puzzles all over the world. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Piece by piece, edges first, sort it all. Do what you want, it's your puzzle. Make it yours and just enjoy. If I had a puzzle, I'd puzzle in the morning, I'd puzzle in the evening, all over the world. I'd puzzle in the kitchen, I'd puzzle in the garden, I'd puzzle till my stash is gone, and then I get my puzzles, ooh, from all over the world. Puzzle Day is a day for all puzzlers. It brings us together all over the world. Everyone is welcome, everyone is valued. Community is built between the people who love puzzles all over the world. Ooh, ooh, ooh. When I meet a puzzler, I know they are friendly. We puzzle together all over the world. A jigsaw in the morning, a jigsaw in the evening, a jigsaw as a para team, a marathon or relay all over the world. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So let's work together for better understanding, for friends and friendly rivals all over the world. Be proud of your talents, be happy for each other, and maybe sing a song about the people who love puzzles all over the world. Yeah, 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 piece by piece.
Oh, I took them out.
All right, good evening, everybody. Happy International Puzzle Day and welcome all around the world to this very special edition of the Euro Jigsaw Jam. Can I get away from all the participants? And the mascots? Yes. All right, greetings to all the people joining us and already a very active chat. Wonderful to see you here. Let us know where you're from, who you're cheering for. Drop some encouraging comments in the chat. And yes, I'd like to greet my co-hosts. I can't see them at the moment. Okay. But yes, Jim and Catherine, if you're
Don't
there.
worry, we're being very sneaky and hiding from you amongst all of the other fabulous puzzlers that are excited to be here for International Puzzle Day. And thank you so much, Michelle, for having us on. I'm just thrilled to be able to, take a minute with such a great group of people and hang out on a big puzzle day. How about you, Catherine?
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, so the theme today is International Puzzle Day. What does it mean? What should it mean? It's quite special that there's so many of us who are joining to do the same puzzle. Of course, it's sponsored by Ravensburger, so special greetings to them and appreciation to them for making this completely possible. But yeah, International Puzzle Day. What has been your feelings so far about this day, and was it on your radar in the previous years?
I think last year was the first time that I was somewhat aware that it existed, and I was too late to do anything special for International Puzzle Day. So I'm super excited to be here today, and I can't honestly think of like a better way to celebrate it than to co-host my favorite show on the internet and be part of this community. And I'm so excited for everyone to puzzle this puzzle. And yes, exactly.
Yeah, how about you, Jim?
Yeah, International Puzzle Day wasn't on my radar for a while. Like I think similar to Catherine, I kind of knew about it. I was like, oh, that's a cool thing. And I'm really glad that puzzling is at a point where we have such a big community that people can all go, that is a thing that I want to celebrate. Let's all get together and do that. And so that's what I'm really excited about. I've seen so many people just, as the time marker goes across the world, doing the Happy International Puzzle Day, or people are doing like mini puzzle marathons with their friends. Ken Adam is doing a 24-hour marathon today. Like, there's so many people just taking this joy of puzzling and having a moment to be nerdy and silly with each other and with themselves, and just enjoy this hobby slash sport all together and just celebrate it. And that just warms my heart. So I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, and I think that's just really special. I mean, what we hear, we're being all united by one puzzle, which, yeah, I mean, and we've never seen anything on this scale before, in terms of an online competition, at least not that I'm aware of. We've had puzzles go all around the world to the different continents, and I've been watching hundreds of people do the same puzzle. And now we're going to see some more. But yeah, we also asked our participants, what did they think about not Speed Puzzle Day, International Puzzle Day. Maybe one day there will be a Speed Puzzle Day. And yeah, there's comments like from Olga. For her, it's a day to do one of the favorite puzzles from her collection. And Vies is going to be getting together with the puzzle community on the weekend to do a puzzle together and to, yeah, just meet together, see familiar faces. And Abigail says it's about sharing the love of puzzles, all kinds, not just jigsaw puzzles, so all kinds, and just being part of a wonderful community. And yeah, for me also, it only came on my radar last year. Like, I heard about it and I thought, oh, that's nice, but I wasn't involved. So I'm really excited that this is being extended, yeah, all around the world, that we're all joining together for the same puzzle, which we will find out very soon. And yes, so let's just check how everyone is going in the chat.
Yeah, if you're in the chat, let us know what International Puzzle Day means to you, right? Like, how are you celebrating it? Aside from being here with us now to watch this big event, but what have you been doing through the rest of today? And what are you going to do for everything afterwards outside of this? What does it mean to you? It's really exciting.
Yeah, and I just read. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think it's a great excuse to wear puzzle fashion as well on International Puzzle Day.
Yes. And I just want to acknowledge that because of this event being sponsored by Ravensburger, I did mention it at the very beginning, but I didn't give any updates, but €3 from every puzzle sold is being donated to charity. We will make a post about that coming up very soon. So it's quite a significant amount. So thank you to everyone who purchased the puzzle for yourself or for your friends. That is all contributing to a good cause. And we're very excited about that. I just want to acknowledge also is that many people are tuning in for the first time. Many people will be watching a Euro Jigsaw Jam or an online competition like this for the first time, or participating in this competition for the first time. So I think it would be a good opportunity that the three of us introduce ourselves again for those who are not familiar. So I'm Michelle Casper. I'm originally from New Zealand, and I've been living in Germany, and I run competitions like this 6 times per month. So if this is if you like this, you can come back another time and join us for some more fun. And yeah, love going to marathons. It's probably my favorite type of puzzling, and I've been to the Worlds twice. So yeah, Catherine, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Catherine. I live in the Netherlands, but I come from Luxembourg. I am an average speed puzzler and also an average background creator, as you can see. It's not covering my full screen, but you know, we're in the spirit of things. And I've been co-hosting the live streams, I think, since pretty much almost the beginning.
You were my first co-host, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
And Jim.
Yeah, I'm Jim. You might know me as nerd_puzzle on the socials. And I've been a talking head in the puzzle world for a little over a year now, thanks to Michelle. And I just me and my partner Mari Black, we coach speed puzzling. I've done commentary at Worlds and on the EJJs, and have probably seen more puzzling than any mere mortal should at this point. Just because I love watching the process and how people operate on things. So it's really, really exciting. And I'm just jazzed to see another round of people take a swing at this puzzle. Because I know, Michelle, you've had a couple of waves already come through the like flex option that you have. So some people have made some pretty good times from what I've heard.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm really great that grateful that Jim and Catherine that you will be co-hosting today. So because this will be our largest live stream so far, we have 130 people in the Google Meet right now. We've never had more than like 100. So there's going to be a lot going on. So after I do the countdown, I'm going to retreat in the background and just focus on directing the screens. But Catherine and Jim will be commentating the show today and bringing you all the action. So I see there are almost 200 people watching in the chat. That's fabulous. Greetings to the Colombians. So unfortunately there were 50 puzzles made on their way to Colombia in several packages, and they did not arrive in time. So we're really sorry that the Colombians will not be participating today, but we are going to find a solution for them and hope that their puzzles arrive soon. And Connor, greetings to Connor, who was on the Houston News today talking about International Puzzle Day. So great to see more people hearing about this. So I think it's time to, so everybody should have arrived in the meeting now. I'm just going to go over the rules again for everyone.
I love how, as you were saying that, so many puzzlers kind of like dove for the box to get ready to open it. Like everybody is so excited for this.
So we have many people participating for the first time. So it's important that I go over the rules. So remember, you need to be logged into our timer website. And you will see a blue screen with 2 hours on it. This is what you will use to show that you are finished. You will do. Once I do the countdown in a couple of minutes, then this will turn to a blue button which says done, and then you will hit done to record your time. You may just need to like double tap it or scroll up and down a bit in order to activate the screen. This works like 99% of the time. If for some reason the screen freezes and you can't get your time recorded, just write done in the chat of the Google Meet. So that's how you record your time. And when you are finished, don't immediately close your laptop, turn off the camera, or change the angle. My husband will be checking every single person's puzzle. We do need to confirm, we need to actually visually have eyes on your puzzle that it is completed before we can confirm your time. So just wait for a couple of minutes until it is says your puzzle has been checked, and now you can check the results. Okay. Is there anything else? Does anybody have questions about how this is going to be running?
I just love puzzle in the chat was checking for what the time limit, and it is 2 hours.
That's right. Okay, let's unwrap the puzzle. Everybody remove the wrapping and see which puzzle we have today.
Ooh.
Now I wish we could hear everyone go, woo! Ah.
Yes, so it's a Ravensburger, so there are 4 stickers on there. You can slice them off, or you can peel them off or slice them open. Now, this may look familiar. This is a new release from Ravensburger. And we're very happy to, see a puzzle that hasn't been used in a competition before. So just check that the lid comes off easily, that there's no stickers still on there. And when you are ready, you can place the puzzle back on the middle of the table so that I know you are ready to go. I see we have some cats on the table. Getting the little nudge to make some space. Okay, so when you are ready, place the box picture side up on top of the table. So I see some of the German speed puzzlers are being filmed at the moment. Okay, it looks like they are ready to go as well. Okay, so I will do a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck and happy International Puzzle Day to all of our competitors as they immediately open those boxes, tear into bags, and start flipping those pieces right away. This is going to be really, really exciting. We have a lot of heavy hitters in this competition, and you know, for a really good flip time, you're trying to get everything flipped over under 3 minutes or right around there. It kind of depends on how big of a pull you're working on. But this is a beautiful puzzle, and I don't think it's going to be particularly straightforward for a lot of people. So I'm excited to see how people get on.
Yeah, so how about we have a closer look at the puzzle? I love this puzzle. When I unwrapped it, I went, ooh, because I just really, really wanted to puzzle it. We have a big bouquet of flowers, all different kinds of flowers held by a little hand with a little sign that says "for you." There is a lot of different colors going on, a lot of different, wait, let me see. The background is also has different things going on. So there's a lot of stuff happening in this puzzle, and not that much color repetition, which I think the puzzlers will be happy about, because flower motifs can be tricky. I love this puzzle. So
yeah, this is really nice. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Catherine, that because there's a lot of good distinction both in terms of color and texture, puzzlers that do things in groups might have a little bit of a solid go here. I'm wondering if the border might be a little tricky, but this is a really cool image, and I'm excited to see who jumps for that text in that lower corner first out the gate. But we can see now these people are already getting on, and there's some folks in the chat that were saying that they're celebrating Puzzle Day by doing all sorts of stuff. Jigsaw Jackie was saying that for their New Zealand holds International Puzzle Week, and they calculate the pieces that the community put together and then give away puzzles after that. And it's a really cool opportunity to connect with everybody. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's really cool. Let's have a closer look at our first contestants here. So we have Erin from the United Kingdom. We also have Abigail from the United Kingdom. We have Alexandra from Austria. We have Anna Maria from Ireland. We have Annelies from Belgium, and we have, I think it's Astrid from Denmark. In order for us to get through all of the names today, we might be skipping a few of you, not because we don't think you're great puzzlers. We do eventually will get to see all of you over the course of the 2 hours, but just we really want to get the introductions done so we can follow the front runners as quickly as possible.
And look at the flipping everybody's doing so far. I love seeing the strategy that Anna Maria is doing here, where instead of dumping all the pieces out of the box, they kind of have the box tilted a little bit and are pulling things out of it one by one and sort of sorting as they go. That's really, really cool. You can see Erin just about done with the flip here as we cross the 3-minute and 20-second line, and are going to start moving on to the next set of projects, which is where am I going to start after everything is flipped? Really, really exciting to see how people go from here.
Yeah, I think a good strategy with this puzzle is, as always, do a flip, and then there's just a few colors that totally jump out once you have done the flip, and then it's up to every puzzler's own kind of colors that they gravitate towards more, like where they want to start. On the screen right now, we see BB from Denmark. We also have I think Birgit from Germany. We have Caitlin from Australia joining us. We also have Caroline from Germany. We have Charlotte from Germany. We have Chiara from Italy. And we have Claudia from Portugal.
This is one of the things that I'm super excited about for International Puzzle Day, is that you have these puzzle superstars like Chiara on screen and in the same competition with some of these lesser known puzzlers, and everybody is just going to town on this right away. You can see Chiara already has pulled all of the edges, I believe, for her puzzle, and is starting to hammer away on the outsides of it in little groups. It looks like Charlotte, I think Charlotte has that whole lower left-hand corner dark blue section built out. That is a really impressive start to this puzzle, to just grab a chunk that all looks the same, rapidly build it, and then move on to the next thing. Really, really smart puzzling that you can see from everybody here right out the gate as we're getting ready to cross the 5-minute line.
Yeah, this blue part in the bottom corner, that is the arm or the pullover of the person that is holding the puzzle. And it is indeed a color that will stick out, and it has a texture on it as well that should be easily recognizable from a bigger pile of puzzles.
Yeah. We often talk about trade-offs in speed puzzling in terms of, are you going to do a big sort early, hoping that it gives you a little bit of an edge in the later game? So you can look a little behind early, but then because you've already done the hard part of figuring out where all of these pieces kind of need to end up and how they get grouped, you can let you zipper them up very, very rapidly in the late game. So there's always these trade-offs going on, and it's just so, it's really thrilling to see how people get on. You can see that coming up, we have Connor DeLotte in the upper left-hand corner here. The phenom from Texas going to town, almost has the border built for this puzzle. You can see that he kind of does the one piece at a time along the same line, and then builds it out from there. Really, really cool to watch Connor puzzle.
Yeah, and also on screen we have Danique from the Netherlands, we have Daria from Denmark, we have Elisa from Estonia, we also have Iliska from, now I'm not sure if it, no, okay, it's Elitsa from Bulgaria, and we have Emma from the United Kingdom.
And look at Daria, already has that, and this is what I was anticipating earlier, went for that white text right out the gate, because it's probably the only section that's all one color and all really really consistent with that text through the middle. Really good target out the gate. Elisa is doing a fantastic job. You know, whenever somebody in the comment was saying that their flip was, they're still flipping at 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and that's what kind of is really impressive, is how much faster the entire field has gotten in the last couple of years, just because the community has gotten more and more excited about speed puzzling, that the line keeps moving further and further down for these little benchmarks about where people are at certain stages for the puzzle.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I think, does Elisa have a shark in the background? Are those 2 sharks? Oh, yes. She's going to be swimming with the fishes on this puzzle. It's absolutely, absolutely crazy to be putting yourself in danger on an International Puzzle Day like that.
And I love her outfit as well. It's very sparkly. We had a few comments.
That is wonderfully sparkly.
We had a few comments. Someone said when they were looking for the pieces in the corner, it helped them to discover other puzzle pieces that they hadn't flipped, because the color of this sweater is kind of the same color as the poster board on the other side.
Yeah, there's all sorts of fun things whenever you have a color that, especially for Ravensburgers, where the blue on the back looks very similar to the blue on the front. It can kind of trick the eye into thinking if it's flipped or not, which is always a fun thing to try to figure out at speed.
Right now on screen we have Eveli from Estonia, we have Franziska from Germany, we have Fruji, our fellow co-host from Hungary. We have Gillen from the United Kingdom, we have Graham from the United Kingdom, and we have Haga from Germany.
And look at how well they're doing here. We can see Fruji going to town on that border. You can see that she's kind of framing out where those border pieces are going to line up. Sometimes the Reuter sisters call that setting up the frame of the puzzle. Or as Mari says, giving yourself a build field that's really clear. That's wonderful to see. You can see Hagar in the lower right-hand side, almost done with the top part of that border. It's interesting that they're doing this more as a landscape setup rather than as a portrait mode. And I wonder if that's going to throw off some of our puzzlers. A lot of folks, whenever they see a puzzle, they do it where the long side is right in front of them. We call that landscape setup. And this puzzle is designed to look more like a portrait. So some of these puzzlers may rotate that orientation while they get going, and not flip it back until much later, or they may just stay going sideways, which is really, really cool. But you have to do that extra flip in your head in order to keep track of things. Yeah, there's some folks in the chat rooting for Annalise. Joy Jigsaw's rooting for Astrid and Didi. You know, when you're in the chat, root for everybody that you know and root for people you don't know too, because we're all in this together. The main goal is to do your best on the puzzle today that's in front of you and really make a splash. You know, it's a race against yourself and the clock, and other people are here with you.
Yes, and while you're at it, drop us also your ideas of what you think the winning time of today might be, because I'm curious how people are going to tackle this. Right now we have Hannah from the United Kingdom. We also have Harry from the United Kingdom. Lots of United Kingdom people here tonight. Then we have Inge from the Netherlands. We also have, I think it's Isabel from Canada. We also have Eva from the Czech Republic, and we have Jagoda from Poland, who won or came second last week in the Euro Jigsaw Jam.
Yeah, Jagoda is one of those Polish powerhouse puzzlers, and I dare anybody to say that 3 times fast. And you can see why. They already have that full border built, and several little projects off to the outside of their puzzle, so that way they don't clog up space. But right above them in the upper right-hand side, Inga, another fantastic puzzler we've seen in the EJJs at Worlds, amazing pair puzzler, just wonderful human all around, going neck and neck with Jagoda right now. And if you look at the lower left-hand side, that's Isa. Isa is a Twitch puzzler, and we talk about the puzzling community. Isa goes online to twitch.com and puzzles pretty regularly on there, so you can go and watch Isa puzzle in real time whenever you want and whenever they happen to be on. I think their name is Radical Puzzler on there. But there's a whole bunch of, yeah.
We had Isabel on last week for an interview as well. So if you're interested in that, you can check out the last half hour or so of the stream from last week. Okay, we have a few guesses coming in. So we have a guess of like 33:33, which I think that would be a fun time. 29:55, 33 minutes, 32 minutes, 28:28. Okay, people like to have fun with the numbers today. So let's see if we get like a fun number today or not.
I love the specificity into the single second mark. That's always exciting.
Yes. And right now is joining us Jata from Finland. Then we have Jenny, also from Finland. Then we have, I think it's Joanna from Poland. Then we have Jody from the United States. Then we have Jonathan, who is also from the United States. And then we have, I'm assuming it's Jorge from Portugal. Please scream at me later if I mispronounce your name.
One of the fun things about international events is you get to see all of the names of people, and we make our best guess sometimes on the pronunciation, and apologize profusely if we get it wrong. Please let us know later on. But you can see a lot of these puzzlers, after they get the border, they're going for that kind of sunflower that's in the lower right hand side with those distinct yellow outsides and that bright orange red center, and that's a really good target because it's nice and clean. I think a lot of puzzlers are also going to go for that flower that's kind of towards the center, that's this blue with little black outlines around it, so a little towards the middle. You can see Jorge in the lower right hand side doing a really hefty sort early on, which is totally different from how Jonathan Nash is going at this, which is pulling out specific chunks and rapidly building those chunks after the pull. It's such an interesting comparison of strategies in terms of how they're going to play out, but you have to play to your strengths on that particular puzzle that you're seeing. Alex P is saying in the chat, the flower is good, only the blue one though. I wonder if they know that something's a little rough.
Yeah, you know, I love a good sort up front, just I'm not the person to do it, which is why I love puzzling in a team. And if I'm in a team with a person that really loves to sort, that's my favorite teammate to have, because then once you're done with a section, you can just grab the next pile and puzzle along. So in that way, it definitely saves a bunch of time. Up next, we have Kati from Germany. We have Kristin from Norway. Kristin is back for the first time in like quite a while. Then we have Christina from Hungary. We have Laura from Finland. We have another Laura from Denmark, and we have Leah also from Denmark.
Yeah, and you can see, you know, we were talking about a star-studded event. Kristen Tove in the top middle there, former world champion, and is just going to town here. I always get excited to see how she operates, especially on puzzles like this where some things are really clear and some are distorted. Next to her on the left hand in the top left, Kati does a little bit more of this chaos style puzzling, really jumping from project to project rather than staying in one spot and branching out. And she's making a lot of these little islands all over the place that will later join together in one big swoop. Really, really cool to see how she gets on. We're seeing in the chat a lot of people rooting for folks, saying that blue flower is a little too similar to the background. Certainly can be. That's one of the things that's exciting, depending on your lighting or even what your eye catches on to. Certain colors or certain textures may not stand out as well. You can see Lee in the lower right-hand side doing a pretty hefty sword and using the entire table to their advantage to give themselves some space.
I think what I would also be interested in, for all the people that are in the chat that have done this puzzle in the Flex meeting this morning or yesterday, why don't you tell us your times? Because I'm curious to see what the times are on this of the people that are here, and seeing if we can break any more records tonight.
Yeah, there's some more shout outs in the chat. There's shout out for Jody, for Jody, all the Jodys. I know Jody Morris, she's wonderful. Leo II is rooting for Madara and has also mentioned Madara as a streamer. It's really, 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 really fantastic.
All right, and now on screen we have Lenka from Slovakia. We have Line Beate from Norway. We have Lynn from Belgium. We have Maartje from the Netherlands. We also have Madara from Latvia. And we have, I think it is Magdalene, no, it is Margit from Germany.
Yeah, take a look at March's style here and process in the lower left-hand corner. A lot of the other puzzlers, they're doing the full frame. Marcha is starting from the center flowers and bursting out from there. Same as Lynn in the upper right-hand side. I think Marcha's slightly ahead because Marcha has that full, the full arm near the bottom wrapped up at this point. But they are both really going to town on that. And I love it whenever puzzlers really attack what their eye sees and then branch out from that. And it saves them a little bit of search time, because rather than going through the pile and trying to figure out, okay, am I going to work on this? Am I going to work on that? Their brain is already going, this is the target that I want to work on. I'm going to grab that and go to town on it. And they're doing a really good job. You can see Linne in the upper middle has that full frame and that big yellow flower in the center ready to be an anchor point that other things can latch onto and keep going from there. You can see that they have all their pieces on their left-hand side sort of all in one group. And that's another thing to keep an eye on, is where are these puzzlers putting their piles as they get going? Do they make this rainbow shape? Is it all left justified, top justified? How are they attacking this monster whenever they're not familiar with it and it's in portrait mode?
Yeah, exactly. Most speed puzzles actually are not in portrait mode, for anyone who's watching who's not used to speed puzzling. I mean, there are a few, but I would say most of the puzzles are landscape. So there's a different approach that you take when doing a portrait puzzle compared to a landscape puzzle. Even just, yeah, space management and how you do the puzzle. Do you do it from one side up? Do you do it from the middle out? There can be all kinds of techniques that people go for depending on the shape of the puzzle. Right now on the screen is joining us Margriet from South Africa, Mara Holla from Germany. Then we have Mari from the United States. We also have Maria from Finland. We have Marie-Liz, I think, from Estonia, and Martine from the Netherlands.
I love how just in this screen you have an entire international contingency of puzzlers, and everybody's doing a fantastic job. I'm going to give a special focus to Mari Black in the upper right-hand corner, my favorite human in the entire world. And she's doing a great job right now. You can see she's one of the puzzlers that decided to approach this from a landscape perspective, even though the image is in portrait mode. Just going with a setup that she's more familiar with. You can see under in the bottom right hand screen, Martine went for the portrait style, and they've set up their pieces all around that that area, and that can make it where it's really concentrated. And if you've sorted well, it makes life easy for you because you know exactly where some of those pieces live. But then you can go and grab them real quickly. But it's also easy sometimes to forget where you've placed things. So keep on puzzling and go to town as we cross the 21-minute mark here in this International Puzzle Day competition and the Euro Jigsaw Jams.
Yeah, and people have actually, for once, did what I asked them to do. So we got a lot of times in the chat from participants that did the Flex meetings this morning and yesterday. A lot of really great times. A few said it was their fastest time for an EJJ ever, which congratulations. Yeah, or people who were for the first time in a meeting with a 46-minute and 28-second time, which I think is a really good time for this, especially if it was your first time. And yeah, thank you so much for the insights. I'm always very curious about the stats.
Well, and for those of you unfamiliar, flowers are one of those 4 F's of puzzling that tend to give people a little bit of an uphill battle while doing the assembly. So, you know, just with that in mind, it can be a little difficult for some people, but everybody's doing a really solid job here as we're coming up on the 22-minute line.
And right now on screen, we have Marilyn from Estonia. We have Michaela from the Czech Republic. We also have, give me 1 second. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to do my best. Moška from Slovenia. Then we have Mona from Germany. We have Nadia from Indonesia, and we have Nina from Germany.
Yeah, to get some people that are watching today, that you know, this might be the first time you're really involved with International Puzzle Day or speed puzzling competitions in general. To give you an idea, getting a 500-piece puzzle done in under an hour is wildly impressive. Like, that is really well done. To get it down under 50 minutes takes a lot of work and a lot of practice. Get it down under 40 is a ton of work and effort, and you need to be really trying at that. It has to be the right puzzle sometimes. So everybody that is making this progress this fast is doing an amazing job. And you know, no matter what your time ends up being, it's really impressive that we all come together and hang out for a little while today and, you know, put pieces together while being together. And you can see Mona in the lower left doing a great job, already has that border built and is starting to branch out from some of those yellow flowers into the purples.
Yeah, we can see all kinds of different approaches here. There's some people who use the border as an anchor and kind of work inwards. We also see other people who just build the flowers and they're just kind of floating around, and they'll eventually all come together. And then we also see people who kind of sunburst out like from the middle of the picture.
Yeah. We're also, you know, as we get ready to cross you know, we just crossed 24. We're coming up on 25 minutes. It's easy for fatigue to start to set in, usually around 30 minutes. But whenever you have a puzzle where everything is kind of overlapping and either overlapping or is kind of samey, your eyes can start to glaze over, and it can get easy to get a little lost in the sauce.
Right now on screen, we have Olga from Poland. We also have Olivia from Poland. We have Quinta from the Netherlands. We have Rachel from the United Kingdom. We have Sammy from the United States. And we have Saka from the Czech Republic.
You can see in the lower left, Rachel Chambers there getting a shout out in the chat from Alex P. Rachel's doing a great job. And what's really cool is because Rachel's built out that line of purple flowers across the middle, they're going to be able to use the shape of the pieces to lower the ambiguity of the pieces in order to get some more things in. And that's a really slick way to make progress. So once you can get a line across, you can start sandwiching pieces in a little bit more. Somebody in the chat, I think it's Hannah Puzzles, mentioning that this was a published puzzle previously. My understanding is that Rav let this one out in some countries ahead of what the anticipated date was. So there's not a lot of control that we have on top of that one. But I'm really glad that so many people are going to be able to do this one for the first time together on International Puzzle Day. And look at everybody go. Sammy with their mascot Chombi in the left-hand corner there, doing excellent progress as well as we come up on the 26-minute line.
Yeah, and we're having also quite a few people who have done really amazing progress. So we're checking in with them for a second. We're seeing Connor, who is like very, very close to finishing. We also have Inge, who is doing an amazing job. There's not that many empty spaces left anymore. Kristen, who is also racing through this, and Kati, who has still a few more blank spaces left than Connor, but is also getting there. And of course, Victor, who is, I think Victor and Connor are like neck and neck at this moment. Marche also doing really, really good.
Oh yeah, this is going to be really exciting to see how this ends up winding down. You know, Victor, one of the top puzzlers in the world right now, neck and neck with Connor, coming into the close. I'm trying to get both of their screens pulled up for me here so I can see them side by side, but it's a little awkward from where I'm at. But they are doing an amazing job. Marcha using the rest of that outside border to try to lock things in a little bit, give themselves some shape. And Inga is doing a great job getting the rest of that fill in, but this is really between Victor and Connor coming into the final here. I think Victor has maybe about 40 pieces. He's down to the last 15 or so. Connor has a few more, and I think Connor's pieces are spread out in sort of the Swiss cheese formation, and Victor has a really good line on where these last ones are going to go. Victor is such a powerful puzzler, especially on Ravensburger. I think he's down to the last 5 here, and he is just accelerating in the end. You can see how quickly his fingers move and rotate those pieces to drop them in very, very quickly. Even if he's not right on the first try, he moves on so quickly that it doesn't cost him any time at all whenever he's wrong. And he's going to get those last couple in. He sinks it. Come on, you can do it. Get that last one in and be the International Puzzle Day champion for the day. Oh, there's a couple more pieces sitting on top of the puzzle. I forget that every time I'm watching Victor. There's always a handful more than you think that are sitting around, but he's going to be able to get those in and have a sub 30-minute time, sub 29-minute time if there's only a couple more here, which is really, really phenomenal. It is superhuman what Victor is able to accomplish here. Congratulations on amazing time.
Congratulations, Victor.
Euro Jigsaw Jam Championship. Very, very well done.
28 minutes and 36 seconds for Victor. That's incredible.
Absolutely amazing. And hot on his heels is Connor Delot. I think I'm looking at the clock. I'm not sure Connor's going to be able to keep this under the 30-minute line. It's going to come really, really close, but we're rooting for you to be able to pull it off because that would be amazing. There's only these dark greens remaining, and this is where being able to see the texture on those pieces and really spot out where they live originally helps you so much. If he has this image memorized, he's going to be able to save time not having to double check the box on where they go. He's going to be able to just pick it up and drop it in. You can see that he's using both hands here, left hand to feed into the right placing. He's going to get those last 4 pieces in. Is he going to be able to meet the 30-minute cutoff? And I believe he is. He's going to hit the timer. There it is. Congratulations, Connor. Woo!
Yes,
An amazing job.
29:36.
A fantastic job from the young phenom of puzzling, doing an amazing job getting a sub 30-minute time on this puzzle on International Puzzle Day. Truly well done. Congrats, Connor. Oh, wow. And even with those couple of finishes, the time marches on for all of our other puzzlers. Everybody's doing an amazing job. And we are coming up on the 30-minute line, and you can see so many people have made great progress here. You can see in the upper left, Kristen Tuv, she started out in that bottom chunk of the puzzle and branched out quite a bit. Now that's all that's left is that top part of the border and then a lot of those greens, and hopefully she has a lot of that mapped out at this point. Lenka in the upper right-hand corner has the full border, almost the inverse of Kristen at this point, but Lenka has also done a pretty hefty sort at this stage.
Yeah, it's really anyone's game now for third place. Jagoda is doing really, really well. She has only a few, like little empty spots here and there, and then a little bit of a bigger empty spot at the top. But I think that one should go in relatively quickly.
Yeah, it's always a toss-up if you want sort of a Swiss cheese close where there's single holes spread throughout the puzzle, or if you want one group that's all the same. It kind of depends on what that particular section looks like and if your eye can latch onto it. But Yagoda is such a fantastic puzzler that it doesn't really matter which version she ends up with. She's going to be able to plow through it pretty rapidly. I wonder how many more people we're going to be able to see get a sub 35-minute time on this particular puzzle, because people are really making some progress. We can see that Yagoda's coming into the end. Sarka's doing an excellent job as well, coming up to the end. You can see that they have a similar hole in their upper left-hand side of their puzzle. I believe that's the section that has these sort of white lines that radiate out from the center. It's like one of those dandelion kind of situations, and that can be a situation where, because all of that area looks kind of the same and it's hard to distinguish which way those lines are going, I understand why a lot of puzzlers leave that towards later.
Yeah, and continuing to introduce people here, we also have Sandra from Peru, we have Sarka from the Czech Republic, we have Salma from Sweden, we have Sergio from Norway, and we have Sophie from Denmark.
Oh, wow. And I'm just excited how many puzzlers we have here on International Puzzle Day. It can't be said enough. This is a big event for everybody to come together and do something that you enjoy and have a great time doing. And the puzzlers that have gone this far this fast as we're coming up on the 33-minute line are absolutely amazing. We know that fatigue is starting to set in, and so it's really hard to keep the physicality going to try to get these last handfuls of pieces in. We can see Yagoda making another ditch effort to try to force these last 20 pieces or so in as the timer ticks on.
Yeah, and they're doing their best, and I'm also going to do my best trying to introduce the rest of the people that we have here in the meeting. I think on screen now we also have Sol from Denmark. We have Stephanie from Australia. We have Tamar from the Netherlands. We have Tammy from the United States, and we have Tanya G from Germany.
All doing a well done job. You can see Tanya has that full border and that island in the middle of that big yellow flower, and it's going to start branching out. Tammy doing an excellent job. You can see Tammy, as soon as she knows that she's on, that the pressure's on, she gets that little boost of physicality and sinks some pieces in. The other thing, I like how Tammy uses a piece jail on the outside of the puzzle, where if she doesn't know where it goes, she gives it a couple swings, and Yagoda finishes. Congratulations, Yagoda.
Yay, congratulations. Third place.
I think just over the 34-minute mark. We'll double check, but that's an amazing time. Congratulations, Yagoda.
Yeah, 34 and 3 seconds.
Very, very well done. I think Rachel Chambers is also coming in on the close here. There, for folks watching, when we have this many puzzlers that are all amazing and at good times, they start running together, and we try to get as many finishes as we can here. But we can see Kristen Tuv coming into the close here as maybe about 15, 20 pieces remaining. I think Rachel Chambers hit the button. Yes, there it is. Congratulations.
Congrats, Rachel. Yeah, I know that it's not, sadly, not the first time that Rachel has tried this puzzle. She just, I know that she recently has done it, I think, and also had a great time there, but was obviously a little bit faster now the second time around.
That's still really, really impressive. And it's always exciting to see how much you improve whenever you do the same puzzle a little bit later. And there's Kristen Tuv, a fantastic close just over the 35-minute line. Well done. In speed puzzling, 35 minutes is one of those Herculean mountains to try to surpass. And so a lot of puzzlers that get down near that value consistently are in that upper S tier of puzzling, and that just shows why Kristen is in that upper echelon and has a world championship under her belt.
Exactly, yeah. And I feel like what we see now is that the first few people are always like kind of a little bit ahead of like the pack, let's say, and what is coming in now is the pack. So all of these people that you see on screen right now, I mean, it could be any of it's anyone's game at this point. We have Lenka, we have Mari, we have Martje, we have Kati, we have Inge, we have Sarka. They are all about the same amount of pieces left, and now it's a matter of who wants it more. Who is going to be able to sink those pieces in quicker?
Who wants it more, and who can stay calm at this stage? It's so easy whenever you get excited and adrenalized to start picking up pieces and hoping that they go in rather than grabbing the things you know can go in. So having that extra little bit of foresight to slow down for just a half a second and understand what you're looking at goes a long way. And we can see Inga rapidly closing this one out. I think Inga's going to be able to finish this one out pretty rapidly here, and will take the next slot.
Yes, she only has one color pieces left, and they're in.
Congratulations, Inga.
Oh, and really quickly followed by Sarka. Congratulations.
Oh, wow. I didn't even see. I'm so sorry, Sarka. I didn't catch it. Well done. This is absolutely amazing. And we can see how wonderful all of these puzzlers are. I know some people may have seen this image before, but that doesn't take away from their from how well they're doing right now, or how anybody's doing. There's so many hands flying right now trying to get this close. We can see Kati rapidly moving their hands to try to sink these last couple of pieces in this Swiss cheese close, using both hands to pick them up and drop them in. Marcia in the upper middle there, moving as quickly as they can. They have that full border, so now it's just a matter of getting those greens in, even though they're a little bit split. We can see Olivia doing a great job. That big hole at the top is the last mountain that they have to surpass. But I think Kati is going to be able to lock in this next slot if she can keep this pace. You can see how she analyzes that piece.
The next slot right after Nina, because Nina has also finished and didn't.
Oh my gosh!
I think we missed her on the screen, but yeah, she definitely finished.
Congratulations, Nina, and well done to Kati. It's so much fun to watch top puzzlers do their thing and really observe how they go about the process. It's so fascinating, and you can learn a lot and make your puzzling better by watching these folks. It's really cool. You can see in the lower middle there, that's Tobias. I am his #1 fan. His puzzling is so wonderful, and it's just a joy to watch. He's so methodical in how he approaches puzzling, and is very mechanical, and just picks out exactly what he wants to work on, sinks that piece. It's just a joy to watch. Marcia coming into the close and hits it. Congratulations, Marcia.
Yeah, and that rounds off our top 10. And so we have a top 10 that are all under 40 minutes.
Absolutely amazing. I don't think they're on screen right now, but I think Mari's coming into the close, is going to get those last couple of 3 pieces in. It's going to hit those. But we are in amazing territory here to have so many puzzlers under the 40-minute line at this stage. It just shows you how much speed puzzling has grown in the past several years, that the number of people getting under 40 minutes has gotten so huge. And just the number of participants that we have today, it's really, really wonderful.
Yeah, like as we mentioned before, we have around 120 people in the meeting competing today, but there have also been a bunch of people already in the Flex this morning, in the Flex yesterday, and then of course people were also able to do this puzzle at home and then send in a video of their puzzle if they were not able to attend any of the Flex meetings. So I think this is the biggest puzzle that we've all puzzled together in the history of the EJJ, and yeah, I'm so excited.
And congrats to Chiara. A great finish there.
Yeah, and Line Beate as well, just finished. Congratulations. Lucky number 13.
There's it's hard to keep track of where everyone is and how they're going whenever the field is this tight. We'd see Franziska and Olivia coming into the close, along with Lenka and Tobias. Tobias rapidly approaching the end here, trying to get those last ones in. I think it's just some of those pink pieces that are remaining at this stage.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Well, the finishers are just going to keep coming in right now, and it is hard to keep track of everyone. Like, remember, there's so many people in the meetings. It's not only Michelle. Michelle has a few digital helpers who are keeping an eye out to make sure that we don't miss any of the finishers. We're trying our best to have everyone featured on the live stream. And congratulations to Franziska for finishing. So we're doing our best to capture everyone.
Yeah, we try to capture as many puzzlers as possible, like Pokemon. We want to catch them all. But alas, some are very, very fast and elude us just a little bit, and that's a-okay. Even if you're not on screen whenever you finish, we are still super excited for you. And we're coming up on the 42-minute and 30-second line here, and everybody is doing a great job. You can see how many puzzlers are so close to finishing, and this is not a straightforward puzzle at all. People in the chat have been mentioning that some of those blues in the center look kind of like the outside, and that can be difficult to catch on to. And can kind of boggle the mind. And at this stage, some people's backs are starting to hurt. If you've been standing for a while, that angle of being kind of hinged over for this long can start to take a strain and just be a little distracting. So I'm rooting for everybody to push through and get as many pieces in as you can, because you're so close to finishing at this stage.
Yeah, and I think maybe it's a good time to invite some of our top finishers in for a little interview so they can tell us a little bit about the strategy that they used in order to finish this puzzle. All 3 of them are still here. It would be amazing if all 3 of you could stay, but we're going to go from ranking like 1st to 3rd. So if Victor is there and willing, you can turn on your mic and your camera.
Hello. Oh wait.
Hello.
Now it should. Yeah. Hello.
Hello there, good sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You seem particularly excited about this one. Why is that?
Yeah, because for the longest time I was trying desperately to be even close to what Jagoda is doing currently with speed puzzling, and now I'm ahead again for once. So that's very fun. And I was like, yes, 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 I don't care about the time. Yes.
Yeah, and is it true someone in the chat said that you love flowers?
Yes, I am a flower person, and an opposite to Canada puzzle, who hates flowers. So we had a little bit of a banter about the flowers. So yeah, this puzzle was really good for me because of the flowers, but it was vertical. So I decided to just ignore the fact that it's vertical
Hmm.
and just do it horizontally.
Yeah,
No,
I think
Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, Catherine. Sorry.
I think flowers, and especially a motif like this, is one where you can easily do it sideways. You know, there's some pictures where I think it gets more difficult than to like turn it like 90 degrees in your head. But I feel like whether you see the flower from this angle or that angle doesn't really make that big of a difference. Tell us a little bit more about the rest of your strategy. Like, how did you approach the puzzle?
So firstly, what I did, I didn't want to rotate the puzzle in my head, so I had the picture like this as well to make it easier for me. And also before I, decided on the strategy, I was just looking at the puzzle. I was thinking if I will be able to do it horizontally, because not all flowers are really good with doing that. If you think about the puzzle from Ravensburger, Springtime in Paris with the magnolias, those flowers would be so difficult doing sideways. But those, because they are kind of central and then don't really have direction, I decided that I can go with it. If it was, if the stems were kind of indicating the direction and there were a lot of them, then I think I would go for the vertical approach. So after deciding that, I thought to myself, okay, I need to do the edge, although I think that it might not be the easiest edge in my life. And it was true because it was very difficult. But I committed to the edge. I said to myself, I need to do the edge because this will enable me to kind of place the flowers, although I knew that I would mostly do them by pick and placing. And this is what I did, but having the edge definitely helped. And also having the edge, especially with this puzzle, when the edge is also having the same flower, the same colors as the rest of the puzzle, it's good to have it separated so that it doesn't, get mixed together and you have more pieces to look at. So after seeing the edge, and I was like, okay, I needed the edge. And then during flipping, I realized that there's a lot of pieces that are brownish beige. And I didn't look at the box. And this is something that is caused by the training that I do with the unboxed puzzles. I just notice things and I don't really think what it is. And I no longer go immediately to look at the box. The first thought is the amount of pieces enough for me to be able to do it? And of course, when I decide that, okay, this should be doable, and also I can see and judge by the pieces that this section is going to be inclusive and not in like 3 different places, then I'm like, okay, I want to sort this out. And when I'm sorting this out, I just look at the picture and I'm trying to see what I'll be puzzling. And then when I see what I'm supposed to do with the pieces, then I can, assemble them. So I went with the hand after the edge. I also went with this is not a scarf. What is this called? The thing of the t-shirt.
I think just the pullover, I guess, the sweater.
Yeah. And I wanted to make an interesting strategy so that I would start with the white details, because I thought that probably they would be easy to spot. I could do the things that are on the right, on the top of the castle, sorry. And by that, what I mean was that those white pieces at the very top had different, textures, right? They were different. So I could judge if this piece goes there or this one goes there. But I was hopeful that I would find also the pieces that have, the flower background. So you have like two white objects again on two sides. And at some point I was like, I don't think I have enough motivation to do it. So I just went with the most obvious color that stand out to me, and it was orange. And I was purposely ignoring the pinks because I was looking at the pinks, the very, very potent pinks, like on the right side of the picture. And because they were conceptually very similar to one another, and also the gradients were there, and also the texture was exactly the same. So I thought to myself that, okay, I need to try to do other things so that I can build around those flowers and then just fill them in. But it didn't work. Okay, I went for the orange, and then I did the yellow. Yellow was fun. And also I did the like very narrow leaves, the very dark ones, because I also realized that even though those seem to be very colorful and hard to understand what is happening, they are only in so many places, right? And they go mostly together and also to the things that I already have done. So I was like, okay, I need to do those two. And then I can just go and do something random, what just stands out. And so after the yellow, I was very scared of the purple flowers, those two, because they are similar, but I had a difficulty to judge how big they would be in like the piece count. But after having done the yellow thing, I decided that, okay, let me just grab the centers of those flowers, assemble those, and then when I grab purple pieces, just look at the directions of the petals, and if it's this way, then it goes there, or to this one, or the other direction, right? So I was just trying to see how it's doing, and also trying to go off of those little like spots around the green centers. Yeah.
Victor, I don't think I think there's only a handful of puzzlers in the world that think as tactically as you do, right? Like Mari and I are do a very similar thing of like, what is the best way to break things down? The fact that you do it so specifically and so rapidly while you're puzzling is really, really phenomenal. For a lot of the puzzlers that are hanging out today on International Puzzle Day, what sort of advice would you give to those people that are seeing you right now, maybe for the first time, and they want to try to implement some of these high-level tactics?
First thing, you have to try them. The first thing you have to try.
You mean you have to practice them a little bit, Victor? You're talking madness. Madness, I say.
Now, just grab the puzzle that you know very well and try to overanalyze it during puzzling, and not to get the best result, but just for the sake of analyzing. Because, you know, one thing is when people are doing, including me, speed runs, and we want to get sub 30 or we want to get sub 20. This is different, but this is the practice that like enables you to be able to see what the speed of your hands and your brain is, right? But if you just practice over analyzing, then at some point, I think at least, your brain would get accustomed to thinking so much, right? Because if you are not used to just, you know, thinking about so intensely, then you won't magically do it, you know, one day.
Yeah, you have to separate the theory from the experiment a little bit and get going on that. Yeah. Now, Victor, I know you have a lot of stuff to do, and we're super excited for you. Do you have any shout outs you want to give for International Puzzle Day before we let you get on?
Shout outs. I want to give a shout out to my teams for the marathons, the one in France and the one in Poland. because we will have so amazing teams, and I can't wait to meet them.
That's wonderful. Well, congratulations again, Victor, on a
Yes,
fantastic performance. It's really wonderful, and I'm so glad you're part of this big, giant puzzle community.
Thank you.
Thanks, Victor.
Bye.
Bye. In the meantime, we had quite a few finishers. We are at almost 50 finishers, and we are not even at an hour yet. So yeah, we just had the 50th finisher at 55 minutes and 4 seconds. Congratulations, everyone who has finished the puzzle this fast.
It's really impressive, and you can see so many people getting close here. Tammy coming into the final maybe 30 pieces or so, trying to get those greens in, along with Kinga closing out. Sophie just finished. I think that's Maya Mocha. Getting that last little grouping in the upper right-hand corner. Those two sides that are very, very similar with those white lines in there. Emma doing a great job. There are so many people that are going to be able to keep this under an hour, which is phenomenal puzzling right now.
Yeah, it's really, really great, especially if I read like before all of the people that did the flags, a lot of the people were over an hour. I myself, when I did the puzzle, was also just slightly over the hour. So I have a great respect for people who can do a puzzle like this in under an hour. And we had so many finishers also under 40 minutes, which is just amazing.
I think right now we're almost at 51 people that have finished under an hour so far, which is bananas.
Yeah.
That's so impressive. Congrats to everybody.
Let's see if our second place finisher, and I think also youngest contestant of today, is still here from the US, Connor. If you or your parent is there, you can turn on your camera and your microphone. If you want to get interviewed.
Let's see. Can you hear us?
Yes, we can. Hi.
Let me turn on the camera. Let's see.
Oh, and Tammy just finished.
Congratulations, Tammy. Yeah, well, the technical issues are getting ironed out. You can see Charlotte coming in on the last handful of pieces along with Kinga. Saskia doing a great job as well. Those last couple of greens are really difficult because they're so similar and split. So it's not a surprise that a lot of the puzzlers are finishing there, but they're doing a great job.
There it is.
There he is.
Hi, Connor.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What an amazing time. And I think, is it also the first time for you on the podium in an EJJ? I've seen you puzzle a bunch.
No, this is like my third, I think.
Your third time already. Where have I been? I've been living under a rock, apparently.
Now, Connor. Oh, go ahead, Catherine. No, sorry about that.
Go.
I was going to say, what did you think when you first saw this puzzle come out of the box?
It kind of reminded me of the one from Worlds in 2024, the Flower Jungle one, where it had like all the flowers spread out, and then there's like a few big ones and then a few small ones.
That makes sense. Have you done that other puzzle quite a bit?
Yeah, I've probably done like 5 times.
5 times? Good gravy. You must have every square piece of that memorized.
Yeah.
Okay, that's no. I'm so excited for you, and I know you've got to be thrilled to be being a person that's part of the International Puzzle Day today. How does it feel to be in the puzzle community and knowing that you're such a fantastic puzzler yourself?
I honestly feel very happy that we found this community, and because if we didn't find this community, I probably didn't even know. We probably wouldn't even know that speed puzzling was the thing. So we're very happy that we found it.
Well, we're happy that you found it too, because it's amazing to watch you puzzle. Tell us a little bit about what are you thinking while you're puzzling?
I'm normally thinking like trying to find the easiest parts that are not too small but not too big to get in. And then once I have stuff to work off of, I might do some of the harder sections and then work out the miscellaneous part of that at the end.
I'm curious. What does miscellaneous mean? I'm not as worldly as you with such a large vocabulary.
Miscellaneous means like it's not it's not like so easy to identify like what like color group it is or what texture group it is. It's kind of like the main.
Gotcha. Well, I have some unfortunate news for you, Connor. You are not the youngest competitor today. Apparently, there's a 5-year-old that also that was in one of the flex rounds. So how does it feel to be one of the oldest competitors in the competition today now?
I'm surprised I'm not the youngest.
We can only break so many barriers at once, but it's really impressive how fast you were able to put this together. Do you have a lot of puzzles that you consistently get under the 30-minute line?
Pretty much the only brand I get under 30 is Ravensburger. That would be kind of rare. I think maybe like 1 or 2 puzzles. I've gotten under 30. That's not a Ravensburger.
That's still really impressive. Do you do mostly Ravensburger puzzles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they your favorite kind to do, or is it just like the ones that you have easy access to?
There's 2 things. Number 1, that they're probably my favorite brand, and number 2, that's probably what most of the big competitions use puzzles for. So I just do those for practice.
That's awesome. When you go to practice puzzling, do you sit down and like draw a big map of all of the puzzles and try to figure out what you want to work on that, or are you just like, this is the one I'm going to do today?
I think it would be like, this one is the one I'm going to do, and then keep going if I want to do more.
That's awesome. Well, Connor, tell me a little bit. What does International Puzzle Day mean to you?
It kind of means like a day that is a day that is just for jigsaw puzzles, and a day where you want to do puzzles as much as you can, and a like celebration of them.
That's I really like that. I don't know if you can see the screen. There's several people that are still puzzling. Do you have anything that you would say to cheer them on to try to finish up real quickly here? Keep it down under an hour and 10.
Just keep working hard and try to get your goal, and keep working hard at it.
Well, you all heard Connor. Keep working hard, keep working towards your goal, and keep going towards it, because you can finish this out. There's so many people that are trying to get those last couple of pieces in. Connor, we've talked to a lot of puzzlers where as they get close to the end, they get really adrenalized and they get really excited. Do you feel that way whenever you're finishing up a puzzle?
If like nobody's finished, that's why I get kind of like pressured. But then if like one person's finished, I'm real close. I'm just trying to put those last pieces in so then I can get top 3.
That makes sense. It's interesting. Some people get really nervous if other people have finished ahead of them, because they're thinking, oh no, I'm not doing as good as I thought. But I really like your stance of somebody else finished, so I can go faster because it means that I'm close to being done because other people have done it. That's really cool. Do you Connor, whenever you're thinking about International Puzzle Day, we had somebody in here saying that it's bringing both the both the young and the young at heart puzzlers together. Do you get to puzzle with your family a decent bit?
Honestly, the one person in my family that would want to do a puzzle was with my mom or my grandmother. All the rest of my family are not puzzlers.
I totally get that. I'm not myself a puzzler, but I am a huge puzzler supporter. So the fact that you have your mom and your grandmother that want to puzzle with you, that's a huge support right there. I heard a rumor that you talked to some sort of TV station today.
Yep.
What was that like?
Um, I kind of had like a little like I had experience with it for nationals live streams, so I wasn't as pressured, but it was still kind of nerve wracking since people over Houston would watch it.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, I understand being nervous or in front of a lot of people, but you are a wonderful human being. So I know I can't tell you don't be nervous, but you have nothing to be nervous about, if that makes any sense. What all were they asking about? Just you or puzzling? And did you get
Um,
any of the camera crew to puzzle?
well, I did the Disney Pixar one because they were like kind of wondering how fast I can do it, and then we were kind of talking about the Texas JPA and trying to get the word spread out.
That makes a lot of sense. Did you if they were trying to figure out how fast you could go, did you wear goggles? Like, do you have to, like, when you know you're going to go really fast, do you put on like the safety goggles and like wear special shoes or gloves to make sure that your hands don't burn up moving so quickly?
No.
Okay. You may have to if you get much faster because you're on that like sound barrier of speed here, my friend. Do you do you enjoy showing people how fast you are at puzzling?
Um, I feel like I'm more excited to do a puzzle than to like show the world, but I am very excited to show the world that I'm fast at puzzles.
That's so cool, Connor. Maybe can you tell us what puzzling means to you?
It kind of puzzling kind of means like it kind of like is a symbol to me to like calm down or something that I have something in case I get bored.
Yeah, and how much time do you spend puzzling and practicing? What would you say?
Probably on school days, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours, or rarely 3 hours. Weekends, probably like 4 hours.
Wow, that's dedication.
Wait, out of curiosity, and if you're not allowed to say for a couple of reasons, is today a school day, Connor?
Yeah.
Did we maybe skip school so that way we could enjoy
Yeah.
International Puzzle Day?
Yeah.
My man. Does it feel like it's worth it?
Yeah.
Even better. Oh man. Well, we just had a couple more people finish. I think that's Johanna at and just it was really close to keeping it under an hour 10. BB is doing a great job. Jody Morse coming into the close, doing the outside edges here. And I think that's Sien coming in to those greens. Connor, whenever you were working on those green pieces of this puzzle that are very samey and all over the place, uh, what were you thinking? Did you just kind of know where they go, or did you like see what they looked like and put it in first?
I honestly was just looking at the piece shapes. I wasn't looking at what was on them. I was looking at like the gaps I had left and what piece shapes there were and find those piece shapes and put them in.
That's so cool. There's a lot of people that are like working on trying to do better at seeing the shape of the pieces, and the fact that you're able to do that as a default is really impressive. Do you notice that you do that on purpose, or is that just a thing that you found that you could do?
Um, that's probably something that I found that I could do fast.
Is there anything that you don't do fast?
Rubik's cubes probably.
Rubik's cubes? I don't think I've done a Rubik's cube in a whole long while, but I'm not very quick at them either.
All right,
Ooh.
Connor. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Maybe we'll let you go and do some homework now. Also, more puzzling, up to you, how you want to spend the rest of Puzzle Day. Thanks for talking to us, and congratulations again for your second place today.
Thank you.
Congrats,
Bye,
Connor, and
Connor.
happy International Puzzle Day.
Bye. All right. In the meantime, what would you guess, Jim? How many people have finished?
Oh, you know, I am always hoping that we clear the room and everybody finishes well under an hour. I think we're probably around 70 finishers right now.
We are at 91 finishers, and
Get out of here.
Yes, and Tulia just put the last pieces in as you were saying that. So that's 91 finishers. We are at 1 hour and 11 minutes. And there's about 30 people left in the meeting still working on this puzzle.
Parky Puzzlers in the chat is saying that Aaron is puzzling from a banking conference, so he may be missing the dinner right now. See, and that's what Connor will grow up to be, is someone that that might be skipping certain important events in order to do puzzling with everyone else. I love how everybody is taking the day and the time to say, you know what, let's be puzzle nerds together, and that just warms my heart.
Exactly. Yeah, and because Jagoda didn't have time to stay, instead we will be talking for a little bit with Hannah Little, who finished, I think, 50th-ish or something like that tonight. Hannah, are you there?
I am here. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing? I see now you finished 59th with 57 minutes and 51 seconds. Congratulations.
Yeah, I think that's as higher than I've ever come in an EJJ, so it's pretty good.
And congratulations!
Yeah.
Plus, it's an EJJ with many more people than normal, so it's even double congratulations then.
I laughed when I opened it because I know you said earlier that Rachel had done it. In the UK, we've got like a Discord chat of all of the UK puzzlers, and a bunch of them had done it on one evening last week, and I didn't do it because I wanted to watch the final of the Traitors instead. So if I hadn't have done that, I might have come higher.
Those traitors always causing trouble for people. Well, how does it feel to have put up such a great time on a puzzle that you hadn't seen before?
Yeah,
or that you hadn't done before?
I haven't done it. Really, really great, because it's not what I would call a Hannah puzzle. I say Hannah puzzles are very detailed. I tend to get much faster times on these, but this you kind of had to build it in blocks, and I tend to go a bit slower on those.
Well, the fact that you did so well on a non-Hannah puzzle, you may have to change the designation of what Hannah puzzles are. You may have to like open that Venn diagram up a little bit, because it seemed to work really well. When you say you were approaching this kind of by chunks, what were like the first things that you noticed, and what were things that you tried to like shy away from initially?
It was the text in the bottom right corner, and the blue square, the guy's sleeve. I don't know why I'm gendering him. It might not be a man. We don't know. And then the purple flowers were the things that jumped out, or like the middle of them, which is like the green bit with all the lines sticking out of it. They were really jumping out to me as I was flipping. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Catherine's holding up to make sure that we can see.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's going to be really small in the live stream, but you know, we talk about these puzzles because it's like easy to talk about them when you see them in front of you. But if you're just watching the live stream and you don't maybe have it like clearly in front of you, I always just want to like point like she's talking about this bits. Hannah, I really enjoyed your answer to the question of what International Puzzle Day means to you, because it's so short and to the point. You just wrote, it means puzzles, which are my favorite thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it means.
So did you have anything else planned for today other than the competition tonight that has to do with puzzles, or was this it?
Well, I have been at work today, although maybe I should have taken a leaf out of Connor's book and just stayed home and not gone to work. But so yeah, I haven't been home long, but I noticed that, so in the UK, because the World Series have this category, which is the unboxed puzzles that Victor was talking about earlier, we've got a puzzle relay at the minute, which is puzzles without boxes, and we're just sending them round to each other in the post. So we can't possibly know what the puzzle is. And as I arrived home today, I had a new parcel waiting, which is one of these unboxed puzzles. So I'm gonna do that next, I think.
Nice.
Yeah. And that will probably be well over an hour because I'm not good without boxes at all.
Well, you never know. Maybe it's a very friendly image for an unboxing, like a really nice gradient or something like that.
Yeah. I think people were trying to choose slightly easier ones to not discourage each other. Sorry if you can hear my cat meowing.
No worries. People love cats. We just saw on the screen Danique, who was like cuddling her cat while she was puzzling. That I call that multitasking.
Yeah, I don't think I can do that. Yeah.
So Hannah, how long have you been speed puzzling for? You're saying you're already involved in all of these communities. You say you're on the Discord, you're doing this snail mail thing, you're joining the EJJs.
Yes, only a couple of years actually. So I did nationals last year, the UK nationals, and that was, and then the year before that there used to be a competition called the British Jigsaw Open, which is held in Newmarket and run by a church. And that competition is 1,000-piece Gibsons. So that was the first ever in-person competition I'd ever done. And that really is a marathon rather than, they say the 500s are more of a sprint. And yeah, but now I avoid the 1,000-piece ones. So yeah, only a couple of years, but I've been puzzling since I was very, very tiny. I always used to puzzle with my grandma, and the rest of the family would always talk about how fast I was. So when I heard that like speed puzzling was a thing, I was like, yes, this is my thing.
Yeah, and I love how you are also part of these different things that have to do with puzzling, and how the puzzle community is just growing. And I think that's just another reason why we need our special day today, the International Puzzle Day. So yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. The Discord in the UK is growing all the time. People are joining. And what's really great about that space is that they run this thing called Puzzle Gym, where every week there's a different puzzle, and they announce it a couple of weeks before, so you can get the puzzle if you don't already own it, and just do the puzzle over and over and over and see how fast you can get. And obviously the fastest person is always Rachel Chambers, but seeing how fast you can get. And I think I really improved my times in the last couple of months, and I think that's down to Puzzle Gym and just feeling how fast I can go once I really, really know an image to the point where I don't have to look at the box. Mm-hmm. That means that when I'm puzzling for the first time, it's almost like I've taught myself to go faster by default. Yeah. So I think that's really great that that's a space that's been created by puzzlers to support other puzzlers to train to go faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if anybody wants to join that who are in the UK, I can put the invite link in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
In there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Today's community, and that'll do it.
I loved how Jim's face went like, when you said puzzle, Jim, and
Yeah.
I was like, Jim?
Yeah, I have this Pavlovian reaction whenever I hear my name, even when it's not intended. So,
It's comforting.
no, it's really cool. I know. For a long while, puzzlers were resistant to doing reruns on the same puzzle. Then there's sort of a stigma against doing that, and
That used to be me. So when I first started speed puzzling, I would literally get a lot of the puzzles from the charity shop. I'd do them once and then I'd send them right back to the charity shop. And what I've found now is that puzzles that I did like years ago when I was still quite slow, or slower than I am now, I've now kind of done similar puzzles and realized that they're really fast and think, why did I give that puzzle away? I could like refine it. And I've actually rebought puzzles that I'd previously given away, now knowing that redoing the same puzzle lots over and over actually really benefits the way that I puzzle, or what's making me go faster in the last couple of months. So yeah,
that's really cool. My partner Mari talks a lot of, because she's the tactician that's taught me what I know about puzzling, right? Like I regurgitate a lot of what she said, but she's a big fan of reruns because it lets you get the mechanics down in such a way that whenever you apply it to a new puzzle, you're not worried about those little things, and you can just apply the new methodologies or tactics that you're going through, right?
yeah. And if you find a puzzle where you're kind of stuck on a plateau, you know, you're redoing it but not going any faster, you can change strategy and see if that works, and kind of play around with, because I tend to pick and place no matter what the image, or I used to, and now I'm trying to get better at building the blocks. So if I've got an image where, you know, the pick and place just isn't working because it's not detailed enough of an image, then changing strategy to sort right up front and see how that affects my time has really benefited how I kind of think about the puzzle strategically from the beginning. So yeah, I really recommend it as a kind of training strategy.
That's really cool. And I know Catherine was saying it. It's really, really wonderful that you have that puzzle gym and that community that kind of sprang up where you all can get together and do this thing as a group. That's really fun. Were a lot of the people in the puzzle gym cheering you on in the chat? Like, I don't have everybody's name like memorized yet, or was everybody in the gym like in the competition in some fashion today?
I haven't actually looked at the YouTube chat today, but a lot of the gym members are actually in the competition. So
okay.
Someone mentioned earlier that there's a lot of UK people, and they're the guys. Yeah.
Well, maybe you all will have a like celebratory like puzzle hangout afterwards for how well everybody did that's in that crew. It's really neat.
Yeah, because with the puzzle gym, everybody does it in their own time, of course, but on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m, there's like an open call where anyone can join and do the puzzle all together one last time while chatting. And so, yeah, there is this sort of, it's a community not of just of people kind of asynchronously chatting to each other, but actually, you know, having these online spaces like this where you can actually puzzle together. It's really lovely.
Yeah, that's really cool. And also, I'm really happy to have chatted with you, Hannah. I'm going to let you get back to the rest of your International Puzzle Day activities and do your unboxed puzzle later tonight. And don't forget to drop us the link into the YouTube chat so that people can join if they would like to join. So thank you, Hannah.
Thank you.
See you. Bye-bye.
And congrats.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, we had quite a few finishers, and there are only about 18 people that still need to finish. And for the first time tonight, I can see everyone on my screen, which is amazing.
Yeah, there's so many people. We're coming up on an hour and 24, and so I know a lot of people's backs are burning. We could see Alexandra in the lower right-hand side having some interference. There's interference on the field right now. But I think that's a-okay. It's International Puzzle Day. This is fun interference. I'm so glad that you get to puzzle with your tiny human being there with you. It's really lovely.
Yeah, and
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, speaking of International Puzzle Day, we have a very special guest here tonight as well, waiting already in the in the room with us. It's Jody Jill, the founder of International Puzzle Day. So if you're here, please turn on your microphone. Hi.
Hello, everyone. How are you today? I already know how you are. You guys are doing great. Looks like you're having a bunch of fun.
We're psyched.
Well, hi, Jody, and thank you for the invite. Thank you for making a day that we can all be puzzle goofballs together. It's really cool.
It is cool. It's been over 30 years we've been celebrating on January 29th. And this year is so crazy. I was up at 3 o'clock this morning answering emails from people in India and South Africa and even here in the United States because the world is celebrating puzzles. And that is just so cool.
Oh my gosh. Well, tell us a little bit about 30 years ago. Like let's wind the clock back. Like what got you to start the International Puzzle Day?
Well, Puzzle Day started on a very personal level. When I was a kid, we were seriously abused. And one of the things after we came out of this situation was the idea that I needed to find friends and I needed to actually learn about life. And I found that puzzles were the least judgmental thing in the whole wide world. They actually sung to my soul and they taught me things, whether you're talking about jigsaw puzzles or crossword puzzles, whatever type of puzzle, and they allowed you to relax and love and cherish at your own space and your own place. So one of the things that I found coming out of my situation, and I was a young teenager, early 20s, is that I had no friends. And it was because of how badly we were abused. And what I wanted to do more than anything was have puzzle friends because puzzles made me happy. So if I could be happy with puzzles, I could find other people who are happy. And this started out with a simple idea of looking for puzzle friends. And so I put together a simple one-page sheet that was full of puzzles, and I offered it to anyone who would like it to celebrate. And this was like, you had to send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. And when you sent the envelope, I would stuff it in the little sheet in there and send it back. And I found this book. It was called Free Stuff for Kids. And they had free stuff for teachers. They had all different types of variants of this book. So I sent it in because I thought it would be super cool to like have all my puzzle friends email me. So the first year I did this, I had less than 20 people who responded because nobody wanted to be interested. And I was bummed because I knew there were more puzzle people out there. I really did. So I tried the second year and I crossed my fingers. I was like, this has got to happen. And the second year we had 10,000 requests in 2 months. And this was a book, it was a periodical that you could just open it up, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to me, and then I would send you a puzzle. The first year was over 12,000 to 14,000 pieces of mail, and I was very young and I was not very educated at that point. I ended up having a fast food kind of job. I would go and work, and then I would run home on Friday and make as many copies as I could, and then I would send them out. And this happened over and over again, and this is how Puzzle Day started. But then something critical happened. The third year, we got like over 25,000 requests in 1 year. And it was just me and the dog at that time. And I realized that I had to do something because I couldn't continue this. First of all, I was going bankrupt with all the postage and all the copies and everything I had to do. But also, I realized I'd found my puzzle friends and I wanted to coordinate them in some way where we all could have joy. January 29th is International Puzzle Day or Puzzle Day here in the United States, or they call it National Puzzle Day or Global Puzzle Day. But a lot of people don't know, but today is my birthday. And so I get the biggest gift of the world, which is I get to share my love of puzzles with people like you and people around the world. And it's such a wonderful, wonderful way to have something that's so important to me and so important to you that we can all come together. And millions of people come together every year. And while my childhood was really awful, my adulthood and sharing puzzles and the thing I love with the world is the most spectacular thing. And I see people like Connor, who's young, and then we see like Anna Marie here, who's working, and she's putting her puzzle pieces in, young at heart. We see these all come together, and we don't see any boundaries. And that's what I really love about Puzzle Day, and that's what I really love to see happen. So while we all celebrate in our own different ways with our own different puzzles, we have a wonderful day together.
Well, let me first say happy birthday
Thank you.
to you. And it seems like you have filled your birthday then with doing exactly what you want to do on your birthday, even if you have to get up for it at 3 a.m. in the morning. But sharing the love of puzzles, and we're so happy to have you here today as well. You also have a website called Puzzle Day Fun. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing there, and what is your mission with that website?
Cool. I would love to. You know, Puzzle Day, people ask me, well, what are you selling? We're not selling anything. I just don't have time. What we are doing is sharing in the love of puzzles. I call it my puzzle passion project, and I start every year. And so Puzzle Day Fun is where I collect all sorts of puzzles that I've made, I think are cool, that I want to share with people, and educators, as well as librarians and community folks come to that site. They can download the stuff that they have, and they can play for free. They can make copies of it. They can share it. There's no strings to this stuff. I want everybody to play puzzles. It's important to me. And then we also go around with Puzzle Day, and we help sponsor events. We help get the word of puzzling out. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but today at the New York Public Library, we are helping sponsor a speed puzzling event. And that's because I want people in Manhattan to see wonderful puzzles and see how it is so cool to do this. Now, we did it last year, and this year we know it's going to be even bigger and better. And this is the kind of thing that we do on our website. We point people to information so that they can have wonderful activities on Puzzle Day. So it doesn't matter what your age is, what your occupation is, where you are in the world. What does matter is that you have access to puzzles and you get to play. And as we all know, we all ferret out those great deals that are coming up on International Puzzle Day. But some folks, they either show up late, maybe they can't do it, maybe there's circumstances beyond their control. I want to make sure they have free puzzles that they can play. And I also want to make sure there are worksheets for the kids. And I want to make sure everyone has a good time. And that's really what that site is about. So I have to get a few weeks because I've been very busy puzzling the last few weeks, but in a couple of weeks' time, I will sit down and I will put together the 2027 packet, and I will make sure they're different and age appropriate for the kids. And then we have a testing facility, which AKA is called a school. And these kids are brutal with feedback. They tell us what they like, what they don't like, and they share what is important to them about Puzzle Day. And we try to really cater it to the kids.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. Also having those resources available for people to use as they wish. We have someone in the chat who said, I used worksheets from that website for my students today. Thank you.
Oh, how lovely. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
So you have been doing Puzzle Day. You talked to us before a little bit about the first couple of years of how they went for the Puzzle Day, but have you seen kind of evolution of the day? Because especially here in Europe, I think also you mentioned before it was National Puzzle Day, but now we have kind of adopted it to be like International Puzzle Day. Have you seen like a little bit of an explosion like in other countries as well over the last couple of years, or has it been kind of a gradual incline all around?
I would have to say that Puzzle Day has exploded in the last 3 years. Like to something I am so humbled by, because it may be my little idea, but everybody's taken the ball and it's awesome. Actually, they've taken the piece, let's be exact. But what's very cool about it is that people that we're touching now are people that you wouldn't think about that would actually play puzzle. One of my fondest dreams is in the last 3 years, which is I got a picture from a one-room schoolhouse of all girls who decided last year to play puzzle. And so they were all lined up and they were all with their little puzzles and they took a picture to show me. Now that is the kind of thing that I would have never thought of 10 years ago. 5 years ago, to see this in person. I see a huge explosion in Europe, and everyone calls it International Puzzle Day, and I'm like, all for it. Let's call it whatever you like to call it. I'm good with that. But I've also seen a lot of explosion and growth in Asia, in Australia, in South America. So I think a lot of people are puzzling, and they may not like get online and show pictures or whatever, but they see the day, they're doing stuff. More puzzle companies are getting involved. It's just really, really humbling. And I really hope someday we have a puzzle that comes from me or comes from us that we can share with the world so that they can like puzzle it out, enjoy it, have classrooms with it. But right now, it's been all about just the dream of sharing puzzles. And that has been so epic and so cool because life is a puzzle. How we choose to play is what we and how we live. So it fits everywhere. But I'm just so amazed by, I mean, I can honestly say that we had 110 million people last year play. Now, how many will play this year? I have no idea. I will tell you, I've seen more participation by companies and people and communities and groups than I've ever seen this year. And I have been doing interviews for the last 3 weeks and talking about puzzles to communities and kids. And even like last year, I spoke at 374 different schools. And that was about puzzles. And that was somewhat online, that was somewhat in person. I mean, I believe that if we share this, that people will grab onto it and do what they love. And with 900 different types of puzzles, the world is endless there. And also, I think that people are going to be excited about the idea that it's their focus and they're not being told what to do. They're embracing the puzzle and they're loving it. And that emotional journey really comes together. And I always tell people, solving a puzzle is like a tiny celebration. It's where we capture our curiosity, our love, and our excitement for the world, all in a little box.
That is so well said.
I genuinely love that. And I love that you have transformed a moment that was really dark and difficult for you and turned it into something so wildly positive that it is just this burning sun of bright joy in an otherwise a dark space. And that is truly lovely. And you have got to feel like, tell me how it feels to be a part of something that has gotten so huge that you can't do it on your own and try to answer like 10,000 emails or letters, right? Like, how does it feel to know that it's gotten that huge?
Well, it feels, first of all, very humbling. I am absolutely honored and humbled. I mean, it's amazing to me because I was thinking about maybe 10, 15 puzzle people, but we've got 10, 15 million puzzle people, so I'm cool with that. I also realized I need to teach the dog how to type and use the computer, so that way we can get more stuff done at this location. But I also, especially when I see the kids write in, especially when I see the impact for the families and for the teachers and the educators, I realize that as an adult, there's this responsibility that comes with a bad situation, that comes with life and how it treats you like garbage, that you have to step up, put your pants on and be like, hey, we got to make the best of this. We have to be able to live our lives to the fullest. And while I always tell people some days when you are standing in front of the sun and your shadow is half, that is a place to start. And that's really where I started when it came to all the abuse we had as a kid. And today, when I talk about puzzles, I can tell you it's my bubble of joy. Like, there is a bunch of things I still don't understand in this world because of the way I grew up. And frankly, perhaps still too many as old as I. But when it comes to puzzles, it's my comfort zone. It's where I can talk to you and everyone else and share this love I have with people. And I believe with Puzzle Day that many people have found warmth and comfort in puzzles, whatever puzzle they choose to do. So when I see all of these emails, I pace myself. I remind myself that today is Puzzle Day. And we also have puzzle stuff going on tomorrow and Saturday. Saturday is epically crazy. But after that, even if I don't get a chance right away to write notes, I will take time all through February and spend 2 to 3 hours and respond to everyone because I want them to know that I care and that I'm really grateful that they took this time. And then someday I hope I can blend this into something that's bigger and we could have people who help us. But right now it's just me and the dog. And it's been this way for over 30 years. And as much as I'd love to grow and celebrate and do this, I sometimes find that you have to pace yourself because big dreams require many steps, which means you have to have a good pair of sneakers and you got to keep walking. Because if you're going to be a big dreamer, you got to realize that sometimes you have to walk those itty bitty steps to get there.
And that's absolutely true. And like, even on not that huge of a scale, just on a small scale, I know as we're coming up on like the hour and 40-minute line, a lot of these puzzlers, they've been going to town. They might be in what we sometimes call the slog, or the valley of sadness, where like you've been working on this for a while and everything's starting to look the same. And and it's hard to figure out, how do you proceed? How do you figure out what the next step is whenever you've been kind of grinding away for a while? And there's a lot of like jigsaw puzzler terms we use for that. What sort of advice would you give puzzlers that are working on something really difficult, or are kind of in a stuck spot? Like how should they proceed whenever they're hitting that wall right now?
Well, especially when you're talking about putting together puzzles and trying to solve it, you really feel that moment. I always do this thing where I hold my breath for 3 seconds, and I love crossword or jigsaw puzzles. I do a lot of jigsaw puzzles, and I am quite quick at it. I have never done a competition, nothing like that, but I'm pretty fast. And one of the things I do is if I stop and hold my breath for 3 seconds, I realize that I can reset, and then I can particularly move forward. It also works if you close your eyes for 3 seconds. This really does allow you to let go and peace out again. So that's what I always encourage people to do. But as always, I tell people, it doesn't matter if you're in a competition or not, you're playing puzzles with you. So you have to be happy. So if you find that motion of stalling out is creating that anxiety or perhaps even a little uncomfortable level, then you need to take a breath, because that means that you are not happy. So you have to realign and make it so that you are one again with the puzzle. One with the puzzle is something that's so important. Doesn't matter what puzzle it is.
No, you're absolutely right. I can't tell you how many times that I've had to remind people that you're allowed to blank, or like you're allowed to take a breath, because it's so easy whenever you're working and you're trying to like achieve a specific task or feel the pressure to like do something, that like you tighten up and you hyper focus on what the problem is rather than on yourself, so that way you can approach it a little bit easier.
Correct. Yeah. It's important to think about how you're coming to the competition or how you're sitting down and tackling this puzzle. But remember, puzzles aren't just about how fast you are, which is important. They're also about the journey of it. So if you find yourself absorbed in the pieces, you're not going to even notice how fast or slow you're going. You're going to be right there. So that's why it's always good to reset.
No, that makes it makes a ton of sense to approach it that way. I know that we have this this speed puzzling event, and there's others going around. You were talking about the one in New York coming up. I know that you do those packets. What other Puzzle Day events are you aware of that are going on right now?
Well, for Puzzle Day events, we have about 1,700 different events going on at libraries and schools. So it is a big deal. We have been sending out packets. At one point in my condo here, when we had everything going on, we couldn't even get to the door. We had to actually have the UPS guy come to us so we could get all the packets out, because it's important that if schools need it and whatever, we get them there. So we have a lot of competitions going on today. We also have a lot of community events, a lot of puzzle swaps. Puzzle swaps are a huge deal, and they're a great way to bring in people who may not be as into puzzles as someone like you or I might be. So that's a great way. We also have these activity sheets, which there are competitions online for elementary school kids. And then we encourage people just to play as they wish. And then we'll find out how many people actually do that, because as you probably have already seen, Puzzle Day is actually trending. It was trending this morning on TikTok. And one of the things that is so cool about this is that, well, I have all these suggestions and ideas, and I know I'm brilliant on that. Whatever you guys decide to do is what's the best and the most fun. So I always tell people, every year we go out to the library conferences, we go out to the museum conferences, we set up puzzle tables, and we encourage people who go to these conferences to stop and play puzzles so they can feel how it feels. And I always encourage people, I can't tell you how your patrons will feel. Feel it yourself and then go home and try. And so this year it's actually worked with a great approach to give everybody the tools that they might need, and then what they put together for these puzzles and these events, we find out about later, which is awesome because they know their people better than we do. And we can only hope and support the best way we can. And that is actually why Puzzle Day, I think, is so successful, because we all believe in the puzzles we love. And if we love them together, it becomes one big happy party.
Are there any types of puzzles that are not your favorite?
Oh, that's so unfair. I can't do that. I'm going to hurt somebody's puzzle feelings. Nah, I have to say that I tried all
I just said not your favorite, not ones you don't like, right? Just what's not your favorite.
No, I can't say that there aren't any that aren't my favorite. I can say that some are more challenging than others. I can say there are levels of ones I'm like, no way. But I don't have any that I actually hate, which is something I found out very young, that I love the challenge of different puzzles. I also love the challenge of how people play puzzles differently. And for me, I don't really have any of the ones that hate. I do have people, especially because, you know, being the founder of Puzzle Day, people come up to me and let's be like, I hate puzzles. And I always tell them the same thing. I'm sure that's cool. I'm not going to push a puzzle on you. Nobody's going to hand you a 1,000-piece puzzle. But I want to remind you that every day you go to work and you get on the freeway, you're on a maze. So if you can get to work, you kind of love puzzles. We gotcha. So it's always very cool to see the different types. But I don't hate any of them. No.
No, I'm there with you. There's I think I have a similar mindset of there's maybe just a couple of things that are not my particular interest. I know that there's a lot of jigsaw puzzlers that get really into the puzzles that are all like white, or they're like static TV kind of thing, so they have to do just shape work. And I think that's fun for practice, but for me, that's a little wacky. What are the kind of puzzles that you tend to gravitate towards more?
So for me, I do a lot of, I actually make puzzles. So for me, I actually love checking out the new ones that are coming out and trying them that way. But I don't gravitate towards anything one more than any other. You start to make puzzles, you start to see patterns, identities, and this actually kind of ruins the fun because you can see it coming when you actually put it together. I will say that I find it fascinating all the different types of things that people are now doing with jigsaw puzzles. For example, the blind puzzling that you put a blindfold on. I think that's fascinating. The edge competitions. We have a library that's doing an edge competition today, which is whoever can get the edges done the fastest. So again, how they're using the puzzles, I think, are fascinating and different. I also love the competitions where you play puzzles and then you go boxing. I have not participated in that because I'm not good at boxing, and I figure I'll have one eye to do the puzzle. I'll get hit in the face. But those are the kind of things that are really revving up the idea of playing puzzles in our world, and I just love them. So I think that there's a lot of different and unique stuff out there, but I haven't seen anything that's bizarre. Absolutely not. I wouldn't try. I try everything. I just a little more cautious with the boxing and puzzling.
Yeah, I've seen the like chess boxing and things like that. And I'm like, that's interesting, but maybe I'll hold off on that one for a little bit.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to mention to you that there were a few people in the chat who really resonated with your story about how why you started the puzzle day, and the people were apparently puzzling with tears in their eyes. So I just want to let you know that you've really touched a bunch of the people that were watching, and just to bring the conversation shortly back to speed puzzling, and then we're going to let you go. Michelle would really like to know, what do you think about seeing these really, really fast people finishing so quickly, under 30 minutes? And what are your thoughts in general about speed puzzling?
So I love speed puzzling, and I do speed puzzle at the house here. What I love about speed puzzling is you get in the moment. That really, like, you're intense. So I think speed puzzling is fascinating and it's awesome. I think it's mind-blowing. It's under 30 minutes. Now, when you're explaining that to a kid, they're just looking at you like, this is crazy. But as an adult, I think it's a step further, because think of all the tasks that we do on a day-to-day basis, and we're able to push that all away and focus for 30 minutes to solve a puzzle. So first of all, kiddos to the people who have won and the people who have finished, because we're all in our own puzzle journey. It's awesome all the way around. But I think this speed puzzling community really has to look at how they're pushing each other to do better. And this push is really apparent and it's beautiful. And I think the world is noticing. And so kudos to everyone who's involved in the community, because what that is doing for jigsaw puzzles is amazing. It's bringing out puzzles of all different varieties, showing all different faces and places. And when we look at speed puzzling overall, it's enticing. So it's a great way to introduce people to the world of puzzles. So for me, I think it's awesome, and I think speed puzzling is one of the more unique things that's trending. And for what we do, a lot of libraries ask us to put together speed puzzling events, but not like you're having it, not 30 minutes left, just to bring people in and have them sit around and talk and go as quickly as possible. So they're more community, they're more fellowship, and they're more what they're hoping to do for their patrons. But I love speed puzzling. And to everyone who felt my story, thank you. Because the thing about puzzles is we're all in this together. And sometimes we really need to step back and go, why are we here? And the reason we're here for puzzles is because they're epic. They're also fun. Some people say they make us smarter. I haven't seen that in everyone, but I'm sure it happens to some. But it's just so much fun. So enjoy this day. And remember, however you play, we love you for it. And I thank you so much for inviting me today, because puzzles are my world. So thank you.
Yeah, we thank you for taking the time out of your busy day today to come on and chat with us for a while. And we're going to let you go back to your many, many duties and answering 11,000 emails that you still have to answer.
Later that next day we'll do that. Hey, thank you. Happy Puzzle Day. Happy International Puzzle Day. I hope all your pieces are absolutely delightful.
Thank you so much. And happy birthday
so much,
again.
Jody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Happy birthday. What a wonderful human being. And
Yes.
I'm just so touched that one person has had such a big impact on the world in a positive way. Like it's really, really lovely. And I'm glad that we can all be here and be a part of it. I know that as we're crossing the hour and 51-minute line, there's several people that are so close to finishing. They're wrapping up here. You know, you're pushing as hard as you can. We are here with you. This is a puzzle community, and we're not just cheering on the people at the front. We're cheering on every single person and every finish and every piece that you get in, whether you finish in the timeline or not. It's about having a good time solving puzzles and being here for each other, and it's really, really lovely.
Yes, and as we're reaching these last 10 minutes of puzzling, I would like to also invite Sergio to come and join us to help us look at these last few minutes of puzzling. And hi, Sergio, how are you?
I'm good. Relieved that it's finished. And,
so this puzzle was a bit of a struggle for you. Tell us about it.
To be honest, was a good time for me. I did under 90 minutes, so I think it was the fastest ETJ that I ever done. So let's say that I'm happy with that. But as fast as I was going through my standards, I also knew that a lot of people was going. I was not listening to the comment. I was not listening to you, but when I saw start Connor or Victor and all the others start being interviewed, I was like, oh, I'm late. but I'm glad that I finished, and that was the main point, was to finish under the time and if possible under 90 minutes. Yeah.
Well, congrats on finishing in the timeline. Like that's a huge accomplishment.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
of course, yeah. That I'm really satisfied with that. I'm not so. It was the second time that I did a puzzle like this, like with a lot of flowers. The first one was from some world some years ago that I borrowed from someone. So it's not my kind of style, but again, I'm not the fastest puzzler, so I'm totally fine. I'm really happy.
That's great. Well, and especially whenever it's a style or a format that you're not as familiar with, right? Just hitting the goal of like getting in under an hour and a half, that's a huge deal at a baseline, let alone whenever you're up against the mountain of difficulty on top of that. Yeah. What were your thoughts whenever you first saw this puzzle come out?
Well, when I opened the box, I thought like, oh boy, I think I saw this somewhere, some similar, and then I went online and actually confirmed it was already published. But when I saw so many people finished, actually, one of my thoughts was like, did I register for sub 50? Because I was really concerned that everyone was finishing but me. No, but I saw that there was a lot of colors. That first 1 minute that we have time to see, it helped me a lot to see which were the colors that was less repeated and which one should I start with. And it was a lot of lines, a lot. Now that I see with puzzle assembled, I can see that there is some color lines, that they are like less white or green, or like there is a lot of keys that I'm sure that if I do it again will shave a good amount of minutes, but not today. Yeah, it was a really nice puzzle. Too colorful for me.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming if it's like this many different things that you could start with, and then you have to make decisions on where do I go and what do I do, and you're questioning, am I doing the right thing or not? I just want to shout out quickly in the chat. We see that Jima from I Just Love Puzzles finished in 1 hour and 43 minutes and 11 seconds.
Congrats, Jima! You can do it. I'm so excited for her.
Come join an EJJ. Why are you not in the live stream? Come.
There weren't enough slots, but Gmon got to run it concurrently, and we're just thrilled for her. I think Sergio, similar to you, the goal was just finish in the time or get into the piece then, and that's really impressive.
I do it for the like we say a lot of times, I'm competing against my own timings and trying to do it. So that is the main point. And also because I really wanted the cool socks from Ravensburger. When I saw them in the Worlds, I really wanted those socks. I was like, where did they sell them? But it was not available at the time. So.
Yeah, they're really fun.
Yeah.
Are you wearing them today?
Yes, I even put a picture online, but I didn't tag speed puzzling tag because it could not, I don't know, looked weird having a random foot randomly. That is on. And I made a joke that I try to keep it too family friendly because photographing fits. You need to be careful. Yeah.
Safety first, yeah.
Yes. Can I say?
Oh, there's Michelle. Hey.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks a lot for inviting. Can I just say a fun fact that even though I'm not the fastest puzzler, but here in Oslo we are having or organizing a really small pilot speed puzzling, like really low key, and we have 14 participants for something that was random, like without too much advertisement, just because our normally. So me and Lynn Beata and Anna Maria, we are organizing it and just rented a room at my work and just bring a couple of puzzles. People pay for the puzzle and that there is maybe one prize for the fastest, stuff like that. So again, this is kind of just for the community and to be all together and celebrating puzzling. That is what we share.
Yeah, that's
wonderful.
Really
Congrats that's coming together. That's
yes.
That's huge.
Yes, that is really. We are keeping it small and simple because if we want to do it slightly better, then it's a lot of work.
Well, I think it's really great because it's in the spirit of International Puzzle Day. Because I know you and Lina Beata, you realized that you actually live near each other. You'd seen each other online, and then you were saying, okay, at some point we're going to do a pairs puzzle together. At some point we've got to meet up, and then the next thing you post that there was a group of you doing it, and now you've got 14 people. So that's the power of puzzlers coming together and the community, and that's just what we love to see.
Actually, it was because of a puzzle of AJJ that we met each other, because she was selling a puzzle online and I recognized the puzzle from online and I never have done a AJJ before. And I wrote to her like, hi, I'm not interested by the puzzle, but I realized that you are really, really close to me. Do you want to swap puzzles? And then we start, we live like 2 minutes away of each other. So once in a while we have some gatherings, barbecue, puzzling, like, yeah, all of that.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. We have 90 seconds left, so I'd love to, send our best wishes and encouragement to Anne, Claudia, Anna Maria, and Harry. Do your best in the next, 80 seconds or so. Puzzling for almost 2 hours. I know that's really straining after a while, but we're really happy to see you get there. And Claudia has a few holes to plug in. Oh, I can see she's getting excited. Jim, your mic is off.
Oh, I was just saying, you guys are all doing a great job. Just try to get even one more piece in. See if you can get two more pieces in before the deadline. You can do it. There's so many options that you can just grab a piece and sink it. We know that you can do it. We're all here rooting for you. The community is all behind you to get just a couple more pieces in on International Puzzle Day.
Come on, Claudia. I can see she's speeding up. She really wants this.
It's so close.
Oh, go, Claudia.
I know, it's so exciting, and that adrenaline hit, especially when you know that the camera's on you, that sudden shift can be a little bit jarring. But everybody is excited. We're happy to be here for International Puzzle Day. Everybody's doing an amazing job. Getting this many pieces in under 2
10,
hours is a wild.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Time's up. Oh, so close. Oh, well done, everybody.
Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody.
Oh,
Yay!
it's so close,
Oh,
Claudia.
you were so close,
Oh,
Claudia. So
and-
close.
And Anne as well. Also,
Yes.
just a few handfuls of pieces. Yeah. So
If you were this close this time, you'll definitely crush it the next time.
That was my first time ever speed puzzling.
What? That was your first time speed puzzling?
Yeah.
Welcome to the party, and well done.
I never did that before. I never did it before, but it's good fun.
You did amazing for a first time at speed puzzling. Really, really well done.
Oh, thank you. Do we count our pieces now or something?
yes. So you in the timer app, there is a space for you to enter your leftover pieces, so you can count up everything that's not 3 pieces or more connected. So all the single pieces you can just count up, and then you can add that to the timer website, and then that will also go into the ranking.
Thank you.
Yeah. But well done, everyone.
Thank you.
So Sergio, last question. What does International Puzzle Day mean to you, or the community in general? And
Should I say what I wrote that it means that this kind of the International Day doing online was kind of the being at the Worlds but online. And as a joke, I wrote on the questionnaire that I even put my heater up so I could feel that I'm in the dome.
oh,
Well, that was the joke because I don't want to waste energy and that I don't be sweat. But being proud with all the flags and celebrating the international puzzling, just the first picture that I had was the sauna inside of the dome. But it means being all over the world, celebrating the same, everyone doing the same puzzle. That is the interesting and the amazing part of it.
yeah, that's wonderful. It's this is the first time we've ever done anything like this on the scale. So we just want to say another thank you to Ravensburger for making this possible. We know there's somewhere between 600 and 700 people that are participating, and we'll be spending a lot of time in the next week collating the results and watching Flex videos. But we're just really excited that we've been able to come together on this opportunity, do the same puzzle, and share this day of community. So any last words, Jim and Catherine?
Yeah, just thanks everyone for being here. The chat was really active today, which I loved, and there was some discussion going on between people that were watching, and for everyone for sharing their stories, and also especially Judy Jill for coming. And I thought it was such a nice interview, and you can tell that she'd been giving interviews about International Puzzle Day because her answers were just amazing. And everyone, you did great. And we see Claudia just finished her puzzle, and Anne is also about to finish her puzzle after the time has finished. So and thanks for having me.
Yeah, I think same thing. Just congratulations to everybody that participated in International Puzzle Day today, and to everybody that competed in this puzzle, and not just for today, but for all of the days, for making a giant community that wants to come together and hang out in a way that's really, really positive and wonderful for everybody. So thank you for letting me be a part of it, Michelle. It's really wonderful.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the helpers today and all your efforts, and everyone who participated. Sergio, thanks for coming, and everyone
Thanks.
who was interviewed. And of course, yeah, we've had the most amount of people ever in our chat following. So we really appreciate this experience and sharing this with all you. Oh, so 3 minutes. Claudia needed 3 seconds. What was that? 2 hours and 3 minutes.
3 minutes, yeah.
Oh. Yeah. So I'm now in the live stream, and wish everybody a good rest of your International Puzzle Day. And yeah, I look forward to seeing all your stories and hearing about your experiences online. And somebody asked, when will we do this again? Maybe next International Puzzle Day, or do you mean an EJJ? We do have an EJJ on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. We also have an unreleased puzzle on next Thursday. So if this is your first time watching and you'd like to see more of this, then like and subscribe, and we'll see you at another competition. All right, so goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Hi, everybody.
Bye.